Hey, Unpaid Lunch listeners, you can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and ad-free as a Prime member on Amazon Music. Find us on social medias and YouTube at Unpaid Lunch. On your break today, it's our 20th episode. You're invited to the first ever Lunchie Awards. Join us in part 1 of our annual awards show. All right, time to clock out for lunch. Welcome into Unpaid Lunch, and thanks for spending your break with us. I'm Heavy D. With me, as always, my co-host for this evening's festivities, the first annual Lunchie Awards, Rhino and Andy P. Hey, fellas. Hey. We're lonely tonight. We usually have a bunch of people here, but nobody showed up tonight.
You said festivities. I feel like we should have some bubbly or something.
I mean, it's an audio show mainly, so I mean, we could just say that we have it.
Well,
Can you make? No, I don't. That's a champagne.
I have to roll one. It's fine.
No. I think that's the champagne noise.
I think it's actually better.
I like that. It was way better than. I feel like we should have like tuxes on, and
Do like old sports anchors and stuff though, where you just wear the tux on top and you have like ball shorts underneath.
no pants at all. Do you remember those ESPN?
And then we
commercials?
all get fired, like everybody from ESPN did this week.
Oh yeah.
Did you
what
see
the
that?
fuck happened there? Yeah.
Disney's losing money.
This week in breaking work news, so ESPN like just getting fired. They're just firing everybody. There's
Everybody.
like
A purge.
yeah, and it's like a bunch of like big people. They did this when Disney bought them, right? Mm-hmm. Then when Disney bought them, they did it, but that makes sense why they did it then because it's like a different look. But
You got like a lot of it so far that's hit has been NBA personalities.
Yeah.
Jalen Rose and a bunch of them.
well,
But
Jeff
now,
Van Gundy, right, was like the big one.
well,
like,
now Max Kellerman's gone. I don't know if you'd seen that one. Max is gone.
I figured
now.
that was going to happen. I bet he goes with Shannon.
So what's weird is you
with,
also have now like the best smelling rose in the room is Matthew Berry from the fantasy
yeah.
side of the house. So he left last year, went to NBC, and he's like looking at it and all like that. Told y'all.
Well, they like sold the whole the farm for Greeny, right? Like they sold the farm for Greeny. Like he runs the show, he does everything. There's one guy. I know you don't watch ESPN, but there's literally Mike Greenberg that was like they had like started out. It was a radio show.
Yeah.
And then they started filming it and shit, and then like he really like popped off, and then like fell through with the other Mike, and they paid him a shit ton of money, and then fired everybody else.
Well, you know what?
And then gave him like the main anchor on like the main ESPN, like all the football shows. Like
The big running joke right now is everybody's getting fired so they can pay McAfee.
oh fuck, that's real.
That's a big joke
Pat
running
McAfee,
around right now.
the Pat McAfee podcast got bought by it. Like last year, yeah, that's a big deal, right? Everybody was like calling him a sellout and shit, and it was like, I know that was my point. Was like, as long as it doesn't change, I guess was the whole thing. Like the format don't change. It aren't you trying to make it? Like, aren't that just what you're trying to do? Is make it?
But here's the thing, though. When was the last time you watched SportsCenter?
No, there's not. That's the new format. Well, that's what he said.
ESPN's changed completely. Like,
Well, here we are,
end
right?
over end. But
I mean, we're a podcast, and that's the new format.
Yeah, but here's the reason I feel like these guys are losing their jobs. Marvel.
Oh yeah,
I think this new phase of Marvel was shit.
and Disney.
They've made
Disney,
no money off of this like
Disney
they have.
took a bath. Yeah,
Listen, freaking Marvel died.
I'm over it. Aren't you over it?
People just got tired of being gouged and gorged and bled and milked of every ounce.
Marvel died with
I'm
Tony
just over
Stark.
it. Yeah, I'm just over it.
It died with
Like,
Tony Stark. He snapped his fingers, and then Marvel's freaking whole entire
That's
cinematic
real.
career just imploded.
That's real as shit. Spoiler alert.
I mean, it's the truth, though. Look at everything that's came up. What do you want to
Yeah.
call it? Phase 4, 5, 6, phase fuck off. Like, everything since Tony's died. Loki was, meh. Falcon Winter Soldier was not good because it was built about a global plague, and then
I thought
COVID
it
happened,
was-
and they had to change the whole entire plot of the
get
whole entire
fucked.
show.
Yeah.
The first episode of that.
It's bad.
So the first episode, the whole show, the reason it took so long to come out was because it was going to be about like that group that was anti-government
It's bioterrorism.
released a chemical and like was poisoning everybody, and then COVID happened, and
Yeah.
people were like, "We probably just can't make this movie now."
WandaVision's not bad if you like.
That was good, yeah.
Did
you watch that? Yeah.
If you like era sitcoms, like
It's trippy, yeah.
I liked it once I got past episode 5, and I didn't feel like I was watching a 70s sitcom.
Oh, see, I like both things.
I hated it.
I liked the I Love Lucy, and I liked the next door.
I hated it.
I also like anything that.
Man, that cracked me up.
Yeah, I like anything that the kid from Dahmer is in.
Yeah,
The guy from American Horror Story. Yeah,
yeah, dude,
he's fucking
phenomenal.
awesome.
He did a really good Flash, man. Like,
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah,
he
he's
should have had his own movie.
he's so good.
Was he Flash?
Yeah, in one of the X-Men movies.
Okay, so we're talking about
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, I don't remember him being in DC property.
No,
No,
it's
he was great.
Quicksilver.
In
It's the
both
same-
of those X-Men
it's the
movies,
Silver Flash.
It's the
it's the
same
same
character.
thing.
It's
It's
Silver
the
Flash.
same thing. I was being overly technical and stupid about it, but like
Super David Weston of you.
both X-Men movies, when it goes into the slow-mo set piece for him, when he's just running
Yeah.
and changing, that was the best parts of the movies, in my opinion.
Oh, what are you talking about with the
With Evan Michael Peters.
Yeah,
or
it was
Evan
awesome.
Michael, what is that?
Evan Michael Peters Johnson?
What is that his name?
Samuel.
Fredericks.
But I mean, the rest of Marvel was bad. Like, everybody's talking about how Quantum, was it?
Quantumania, Paul Rudd.
It was bad.
Poor Paul Rudd. 'Cause everything else he does is good. I'm sure he was great in it.
The Doctor Strange movie was meh.
Well, also people don't watch ESPN anymore. Like people don't watch, like, life's different now, right? You don't get up and watch a show on TV.
People don't pay for cable anymore.
It's right. It's MTV of sports, right? And MTV doesn't work because the platform was YouTube for music videos. Well, the platform for sports now is YouTube. That's the platform also, right? So, like, I mean, I think if you're not, like, that's why they want Pat, is because he owns YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Like, his show owns sports in YouTube.
Shorts, clips, all of it all integrates right back.
That don't make sense.
Cut and chop, regurgitated media. But, yeah. So, long story short, yeah, a bunch of people got fired.
Everybody getting
It
fired.
relates to our podcast because it was
Oh, we can replace some nominees. Replace a nominee for Employer of the Year. 5,000 episodes. We didn't get to address that. We got to 5,000 episodes. Hit the right button. 20th episode, and we had 5,000. Did I say 5,000 episodes?
You did. It's all good.
I wish we did 5,000
Play the
episodes.
crickets again. Play the crickets again.
Oh, no, it's this, right?
Yeah, I mean, both are.
We're 20 episodes in, and we're like just now like, hey, we have a soundboard that we can use all the time that we can do.
5,000 downloads, though.
5,000 downloads, and that's awesome. Thanks everybody for that. I'm proud of that. That's amazing. And we're gonna do first annual Lunchie awards, which are just basically giving out a few awards to deserving subjects that are going to be work related. And then it's going to be a 2-parter. The first couple nominations are going to be on this one, and then next week will be the rest of them. And then, yeah, so that we'll split those up, and you'll get the last 4 of the nominees next week. The categories this year are Employee of the Year, Rehire of the Year, New Job Opening of the Year, Boss of the Year, Best Place to Work, Quitter of the Year, Work Movie of the Year, and Podcast Fans of the Year. Which one of those are you most excited about right now?
Rehire.
Rehire, yeah.
Because I feel like we've got some stuff on there, but
Our nominees are great for Rehire.
I may actually override that whole thing once we get there.
Oh, that's fine. What are you excited about? What category are you excited about? You can say none of them.
Podcast fans
Yeah, podcast fans is.
got their fucking hopes up, don't they?
Yeah, it's not them. Feels a whole lot like that was foreshadowing, but it's not, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so the first category, Employer of the Year. So it's basically somebody in the media, or just, I guess, like pop culture in general, just the world related to work, that failed at their job this year?
Yeah, and for everybody, this is 100% satirical. If you don't pick it up by now, or at least at some point when we're working through this,
Do you feel like
I just feel like I got to call that out.
things you
loud.
shouldn't have to say?
But we're going to say it
If you
anyway.
guys know, so some of them I'm serious about, but if you don't know what's a joke and what's not, you're probably in the wrong room, Andy.
We're just kind of an Onion article.
We are an Onion article. That's fucking true. Every guest we ever had is actually fake. You guys don't know any of them, do you?
I don't even think we're real at this point.
You're not for sure. Mm-mm. All right. Employee of the year. The first nominee is The Rock. Dwayne. He's had I think he's involved in a lawsuit recently. Oh. And then he owns the XFL. I don't know if you knew that.
Which is sad.
Which is sad. He bought the XFL and tried to bring it back.
Did you know the XFL came back?
I did not.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why he's on this list.
That's why he's on this list. Yeah. And I think he had a movie bomb or something.
It wasn't a good year for old Dwayne.
And so he's had a few good ones. It's fine, I think.
He needs to make an appearance back at SummerSlam. Just save something.
Do you feel like you just make yourself feel better if you just show up and The Rock's music plays?
Just show up, take back the tribal
He don't even have to do anything. He could just walk out and people and just go back out. He'd walk out, come to the ring, his music's playing. He hits the turnbuckles and fucking does the eyebrow, and then he could just leave, and then he'd feel good forever.
It would help.
He'd feel definitely couldn't hurt.
I mean, 100% it couldn't hurt. I mean, literally the man knows without a shadow of doubt. Andy over here is XFL what?
Yeah,
tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, he took a couple L's. The second nominee is Putin, friend of the show.
Big fan.
Is he a big fan of Putin?
He's a big fan of us. Yeah.
I think he is.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. So we have some overseas listeners. I can tell you that it could be Putin. But you think it could be? It's fine. You can translate the transcripts and just listen to it. Does he speak English?
I'm sure.
He speaks English.
He probably doesn't actually.
It's
soil his tongue with
Yeah, that's true. It's broken English, and as long as most of it's still Russian.
Pretty sure he takes baths in deer blood or something. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, he's fucking.
I'll tell you one thing that he does very well is lose a televised war on national television.
That's. I don't know. That's feels like that's pretty tough. Is that worse than XFL?
I don't know. Have you seen and read here lately where they're full on staging a full on coup against him?
Yeah.
There's another guy that's rose up into power kind of in a weird kind of way. I don't know if that's good for us, bad for us.
They were talking about the assassins and stuff after him.
Yeah, the Ukraine just sent a drone strike. It missed, but it was an assassination attempt.
Oh, how the tables
just gotta do it once,
tables.
Doesn't matter how many you throw at him.
Isn't that funny that
the sack on Ukraine right now is just phenomenal.
Is it the first televised war though? Really? I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but it's fucking televised.
Wasn't it Nom? Storm was, but wasn't Nom the one they called the war that we lost on television?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it was like a propaganda machine, pretty much.
Lost a bunch of support at home because
it was on television. That makes sense.
Yeah. It was a walking propaganda machine.
Meanwhile, we just watch while we're watch a couple countries we gave weapons to fight.
And that's the thing.
I mean, what else is new? That's literally every war. It's we're the big brother over here. It's you want a gun? Here's a gun.
We just promote boxing matches.
What would you say, Andy?
A lot of people say it's a proxy war. They're just practicing, basically. Because the United States has never had to, move weapons that far across the country. Or across the globe, rather.
Yeah.
So they're just doing it to,
So
you start talking proxy wars though, and you're like, listen, Hideo Kojima, calm down over there. I start seeing Metal Gear Solid shit popping up in my head.
That's real Metal Gear. It's the only reason you know the term is Metal Gear.
Yeah, literally the only reason I've ever heard the term proxy war is Metal Gear Solid, and it scares the shit out of me that you're bringing that up.
It scares the shit out of me how real it is, though, right?
Oh, it's super fucking real.
Because that makes sense. It's just a test. And we fund both those places
It's all
anyway,
war
right?
games, you know. It's like
Are we going to get taken off the internet for saying we fund that?
We didn't fund it.
I say we like Americans, not we like unpaid lunch.
Listen, to be fair, us as Americans, we ain't funding it. I mean, we're funding it, but we're not funding it. It ain't our decision. It ain't our call that's going over there.
Whose is it? Well, okay, so the third nominee, Tucker Carlson. So Tucker Carlson is like radical analyst. He's like the bizarro Alex Jones, I think.
it started when he's like really got into the UFOs.
Yeah, yeah.
If he had just stayed out of it.
Yeah, he got really super fucking lost, and they were like, "So this channel's pretty extreme. We're gonna say some extreme stuff, but you need to calm the fuck down."
Yeah. And you know, it's fine because now the government's coming out like every week, like, oh yeah, hey, by the way,
It's funny.
I'm still 100% convinced that Tucker Carlson's the reason my dad's dead. 100%.
Oh man,
For real.
that's. I mean,
I'm just being honest.
I don't
Like
think
the
you're-
misinformation and shit that was spread about COVID when it first originally happened, and then there was an actual outbreak
Yeah.
at my mom and dad's church. Everybody gets sick. Dad dies from it.
Listen,
It was Tucker.
that's
it was
part
that
of the
damn
reason.
show.
That's part of the reason he got fired, right? Did you know that? Is like part of the
know
reason
that.
he got fired was like spreading propaganda.
Yeah, misinformation
Like,
campaigns.
and so like that's part of the reason he was like he's got indicted for it, for like misinformation shit, and like and a ton of stuff, and that's why he got
I've
fired
said that for
it.
a long time. Like I'm 100%.
You should sue him. Write that down for the lawsuit episode. that feels like a suit. I don't. He probably doesn't have any money right now.
Probably outside of some kind of bullshit statute of limitation.
I don't think so.
Maybe not.
Okay. So the winner of this category, who wants to announce the winner? You guys want me to announce the winner?
I don't care to this time just because I think it's laughable. I think we gotta give this one to Putin.
Putin. Is it Vladimir or Vladimir?
I don't like giving an award to anybody that killed my dad, so I'm gonna go ahead and nix that one. We're gonna cut that one off.
Christ.
I'm just saying it is what it is. That just kind of feels wrong for me to do. The Rock. I mean, I hope Dwayne's still got a special.
I'm pretty sure
Spot in my heart.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna be okay.
He's gonna be all
Right.
right. He's
But-
gonna come back from it.
Putin might literally die.
He could probably die tomorrow.
He could be dead now. Do you know for sure? I mean, like we don't know he's not dead, right?
be a clone. You never know.
What do you think about that? The committee voted for Putin. You think it's true? You think that one's good?
Yeah.
Okay. Next category: best place to work in 23. So one of these nominees hit close to home,
Oh yeah.
right? And the first nominee is GameStop.
Power to the players, baby.
You guys follow-
Power to the players.
Do you want to explain a little bit what happened with GameStop this year? Why they're here? Why they're on this
I mean,
list?
everybody knows about the whole entire stock scheme, how everything fell down. But the cool thing about it is something I didn't know, and I found out about 3 days ago. And we were kind of talking about it before we started launching the show today. This man should probably be on the list because of all this, but Michael Jordan. So Michael Jordan, everyone knows, man loves to gamble. He's gambled his whole life. A lot of people think the reason his dad is dead is because he gambled and couldn't pay debt.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. A lot of people even said the reason he left basketball, went to play baseball to begin with, is because he was betting on himself to do that. I could see that.
Oh yeah.
So this big, huge article came out, and a lot of people's been digging into it and stuff. But Melvin Capitals, which is one of the big, huge groups that was really pushing towards the GameStop and having people go in and invest and things like that. He had a buddy, from my understanding, from what I read on, named Gabe Placken, if I can get that name correctly. Placken. But that guy was also part of the ownership group for the Charlotte Hornets. So Placken
Which
comes
is
on board.
the team that Jordan owned.
Placken gets involved, says, hey, this is something we're all doing. We're all betting on GameStop to fail. Is this something you want to get into? Jordan goes in to the tune of $500 million, $500 million.
To betting on that GameStop would fail.
Betting that it would crumble. It didn't.
Right.
Hashtag fail. It didn't.
It didn't because everybody online just decided to buy stock of it.
Yeah.
Right. Got together. And that seems like, and then Jordan loses a ton of money because of that.
All these hedge funds, everybody just went nuts over it. So at that
I
point.
love the internet, man.
He
Fucking
loses
love the
a shit
internet.
ton of money. Interest rate starts killing him because, I mean, it's half $500 million, right?
Yeah.
But for him to be able to borrow the money originally against all of this to get the $500 million, like, you know, you have his broker deals with Nike, he's got a golf course, he got all this different stuff. Nothing was worth as much as the Hornets was. So he had to leverage the Hornets against that. So he could either keep paying the interest, which even for a billionaire was going to kill him, or make a big sale.
Yeah.
Recently, over the last 2 weeks, he sold the Charlotte Hornets.
I mean, it feels like it's so fucking weird that all that ties together with
And what's
GameStop
funny is the guy that got him in, Placken, that got him in
I just like
on the
you
whole
I like
entire
hearing you
thing.
say
I
that.
love saying it. It's weird. He is the man that he sold the Hornets to. So it almost feels like he was kind of set up to fail, or either it's probably some kind of weird scheme where he's going to try to get the team back. I don't know. So he sold the team, well, the ownership group and everybody that's involved sold the team for $3 billion. You know how much Michael Jordan paid for the Charlotte Bobcats when they were the Bobcats? $180 million. So he actually made money still.
Well, he's like made money on his loss because it felt
Yes.
like because he thought he was going to lose money and instead
Yep.
made money on his loss.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Insane.
So GameStop is, for that reason, is the best place. It's the only one that's like it's satirical because it's like it would suck to work at GameStop, but it's funny that all that shit they went through. Was like,
I
you
worked
think-
at GameStop. It sucked to work at
And you-
GameStop.
like, and I
I've done
think
it for
about
5 years.
Working
6
there,
years.
like working there currently, like what you were going through with like thinking the company was going to go out of business and then it fucking didn't, and then like going through all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, and then you're still there. I know what I'd feel like is if I thought my company was going to go business, what kind of effort you were going to get out of me.
Well, what sucks is I had friends that I know of that worked there for years back when they used to offer stock options. Kind of like what Lowe's and other businesses do, Walmart and stuff. They had stock in so many years prior when they left the company, and they're like, damn, I wish I'd known.
I heard that was
It's sad. It's a sad day.
so that's GameStop. That's just one of the nominees. The other nominees are so Amazon. Just because what the fuck, all that shit with them pissing, like not being able to go to the bathroom and like, why does anybody work there? Is it just because the pay is insane?
Yeah.
Just working at Amazon,
I mean, I guess the pay's okay, but
and they own the world. I guess like is it just gonna be Amazon and Disney owns everything?
You seen the whole like company store thing or the?
Oh yeah, that's what my initial point was to it was if you work there in those big like the cities where they have the big plants that have zip codes, like their fucking plant's so big it has a zip code.
Yeah.
And like you were talking about, they want to have you heard about this factory cities? So see if this sounds familiar. We're from the Appalachian Mountains, right? So they want to have a factory where everybody that work a factory town that has all the houses are all shaped the same, built the same on the same streets, and then everybody that works at the Amazon factory or the warehouse gets paid in Amazon money. Gets paid in like money you can spend at Amazon. Amazon has everything you could ever need, right? But it's money you can only spend at Amazon. And you live in that city like free, and like your utilities and stuff are like free because you work for Amazon and Amazon produces those
it
utilities.
immediately makes me start looking at this, the history of Flaming Neon book that
History
JP
I
looked.
know. It's like it was like word for word like when they released it. Did you see? You must have seen the same shit I did. That it was like, oh, this is just script. This is just a fucking company store.
Your soul.
Yeah, it's just sell your soul to it. And then the other one is Twitter. Because Twitter would be a great place to work this year.
I mean, anywhere that your boss is willing to just fist fight another boss just for pure entertainment.
Man,
I'm down for the lizard people to have their war.
I'm all about it.
dude, that's so crazy to me that he
Do you
was
think
just-
this is really going to happen?
Absolutely.
Dude,
Do you think it
It's gonna be
will?
the most like secondhand embarrassment.
I really
ridiculous
think
thing.
it's going to
But I
happen.
think it's going to be fantastic.
Like, there's nothing on the internet saying it's not real, right?
It's 100% real.
Yeah.
I've seen like pictures and videos of him. Like,
Well,
training and
Zuckerberg
everything.
trains, right? Zuckerberg trains anyway.
Yeah,
Elon. So here's the thing. Have you guys ever
Does
watched
Elon
Arrow?
train anyway?
yeah, that's what I was saying. There's pictures and videos of him out training and stuff for it.
Have you guys watched Arrow? Like at all?
A little bit.
No.
So when you get to the third season, you actually meet Raj Al Ghul. He's like,
Yeah.
it's like obviously not what you're used to from the Nola movies.
Yeah.
And stuff. It's this old dude that wears his pants way too high, no shirt, just beefed up old dude that just freaking just kills people, catches blades with his bare hands. Why do I feel like that's gonna be Elon?
Yeah.
Like, we just don't know enough about Elon that he's just an undercover badass.
What does he train, Andrew? If you know more about it, I
Just
think.
what I've seen has been like, just jujitsu shit. But, I think there was some quotes where he was, because he's from South Africa.
Yeah.
Said he was in a lot of street fights when he was younger.
And he really rich. When he
I'm sure
when
it
he was
like,
little.
in a gated community.
I think he was like super filthy rich. His dad owned PayPal or some shit.
He did.
Oh, he did, yeah. But I guess it I don't know. I think he was really rich. What do you think Zuckerberg's style would be?
Also,
Cranky.
Apparently, he apparently does some tournaments and shit.
They're just gonna fall down a bunch on the top of each other.
I imagine like halfway through it, there's going to be a bad call by a referee, and then there's going to be a bunch of money pulled out on the spot from the cage. Like,
They should put a fucking they should put a ladder with like money in the they should do a money in the bank that like it's their entire wealth at the top of the
way
tower.
you do it, you make the official, whoever the referee is in the match, Mike Tyson. You know how marketable that is?
but he has to be on shrooms the whole time.
Oh, yeah, the whole time.
Well, I just
He probably is
imagine,
going to be on shrooms.
if it's like they're doing rounds, round 2, if Zuckerberg hasn't won yet, he's going to like kick in his reptilian instincts. He's going to swarm. Elon's going to pull out a button and hit it, and robots are going to come in.
Because
I will pay $100 just to hear Tyson say Zuckerberg. I mean, think of the prop bet lines.
I think he might come whoop our ass. I think Mike
I'd be
Tyson.
all right with that. I think he'd only for a few minutes.
That scene from Hangover is my favorite scene like ever. But no, I think Celebrity Deathmatch. I think Celebrity Deathmatch is that'd be so real if we can just get them like Andrew said, one of them's gonna have a button. Like
Elon literally openly challenged Putin
I know,
to single combat,
and
So,
Putin
like,
does all that shit. Like award-winning Putin, by the way, here. Does all that shit like where it's like the fake fights and stuff where like people he's not actually fighting people, like people just run at him and he's like touching them and they flip over, like the have you ever seen him do the hockey thing, dude? Have you ever seen him do that?
Oh, yeah.
That's the funniest shit ever.
I think you just change best place to work. You just change all the noms to billionaire bitches. Because really, they're all fascinating, man. Like, you got to think about it. I mean,
Yeah.
you got Amazon, you got these two misfits from Twitter and freaking Meta getting ready to go at it. I think it's just social media billionaires is the winner this year.
Best place to work is for a social media billionaire.
Yep.
That's a better winner. They're all combined.
Yep.
Is there one billionaire who owns GameStop?
No.
It's publicly traded, but like, I mean, is there somebody who's really rich off of it that is one person?
I know a lot of people that lost a lot off of it.
All right. It was just fucking billionaires. It's not even the nominees. To mark that out and put the nominee is just winner is working for billionaires. Do you think how many of his assistants are like, if that fight happens, how many of his like I just get so confused about like who's in his corner. I don't like he has like real trainers, whether it's in a cage. I'm so confused. I hope it happens.
I'm just out there
straight up
spiking chairs on the floor.
Just
MMA,
octagon.
like
Oh man, let's get it on. I hope fucking Herb Dean's your referee. That'd be the best thing ever for me. I didn't mean that to rhyme.
So here's my only ask, is that when this is all done, like, I don't know if you guys watched Social Network. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Can we just freaking have David Fincher direct this whole entire thing?
Yeah.
Like the whole entire battle, the fight, and then have Trent Reznor do like the musical score behind it all.
God, that'd be awesome.
I think it wins Oscars.
Like I said, Celebrity Deathmatch is what we got to bring back anyway.
God, what was the name of the referee in that? Mills
Oh, it's
Lane.
Mills Lane, yeah.
Mills Lane.
Judge Mills Lane.
Yep, Mills Lane.
He was
Let's get it on.
he was the ref for Tyson Holyfield.
Yep.
The ear bite
Mills
thing.
Lane.
Fuck, it was really him too. It was really his voice.
God, I fucking love that show.
He's great.
Back when they used to have it, Celebrity Deathmatch during the Super Bowl halftime show.
I want to do a whole episode on like those. Do you ever watch like Judge Judy and Judge Mills Lane and like all that shit? So you know the way those work. And this is totally off topic, but it's a game show.
Oh yeah.
It's a game show. You like sue your friend for something dumb like that, and it's like that story has to like compel them to give somebody the money. They said most of the time those people are just working together anyway. They just split it. They said, but it's like it's really a game show, and you don't even know it is because the amounts are never over $5,000, so it never goes to like federal court or anything.
I had a buddy that was actually invited to be on Springer once.
Oh,
It's kind of about the same thing.
Fucking awesome! I think I get famous if I got to go on Springer one
It
time.
kind of fell through.
That'd be awesome. Next category, Rehire of the Year. So it's like, I mean, literally
This
just.
one's so cringy.
I feel like is it? I know it is.
I mean, it's
but-
cringy that they keep casting, but yeah.
So the first nominee is Paul Walker.
Such an explosive take.
I know. Is it an explosive take? I feel like it's just known that it's so dumb that he keeps getting recast. The man is dead. Let him be dead.
Yeah.
He gets recast in every Fast and Furious movie, and that's.
And then I have to listen to that damn song again. So it's been the one that's been a long day.
What the fuck?
Without you, my friend.
Man.
It's like freaking Vin Diesel crying and them driving off separated in the sunset every single time.
Well, family's all that matters.
They own his likeness or something, so they just get to keep like.
So
AI
They use his
generating
brother.
They use his brother, and they CGI like him over
Like
his
2
brother.
inches of height onto him.
And I guess I guess because his brother's okay in it. I guess, or like his family's okay in it, or maybe
I
like
mean, they're still getting a big ass collateral check.
maybe when you sign a contract. Maybe when you sign a contract, the contract is for your likeness also. If you
Maybe
die,
it's not as fucked up and morbid as we think, but I'm pretty sure it is.
right? That's
Like,
how I feel.
Maybe they don't think it is, but I don't know.
Don't it? It feels fucked up. It feels fucked up.
You make millions of dollars off it, probably doesn't feel as fucked up.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess his family's getting a bunch of fucking money. Second nominee for Rehire of the Year, Ezra Miller, because that motherfucker somehow still became Flash, and he like got indicted for a bunch of shit, or like got accused of a bunch of shit like that, and like had like DUIs and like huge bar fights. And did you know any of that?
No.
Like he had a bunch of shit like that, and that's why Flash like took forever for him to finish it, and he kept doing shit like that.
Have you seen
and,
it? Is it good?
I've
I've
not
not
seen
seen
it, but I heard shit about it. Like I heard like
I mean, it's a DC movie. It can't be good.
it can't be good. That's why I don't watch DC movies. What's the last DC movie you seen in theaters?
In theaters?
Yeah.
Batman versus Superman, and I almost walked out in the first 10 minutes when I didn't realize it was a dream, but he was in the cave and he started like floating up
Yeah.
in the circle of bats. I was like, all right,
So,
we're not doing the
I
flying
don't-
Batman. I'm
I don't
gonna
necessarily
walk out.
count Batman movies. If they're like strictly Batman movies, like Batman movies, I would go to the theater and watch, and I don't necessarily count those as the bad DC movies.
So I guess we're kind of circling back to what we were talking about earlier. X-Men's definitely a Marvel movie. But I don't consider them a Marvel movie.
Right? It's because it's weird like that.
Yeah.
Like it's not on the same level. Like even Deadpool, really. But I guess it is. Anyway, that's why Ezra Miller is made a nominee this year, is because it's really surprising that they rehired him, because he was supposed to be off it, and then they were like, no, we can't just remake a whole fucking movie that's going to be terrible, and we can't pay more people anyway. And then the third and final nominee is Mr. McMahon himself, Vince McMahon.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon. That was nice.
Him and that damn mustache.
Oh, he looks terrible with that mustache. You ever seen a
That's
picture of
bad.
him with a mustache?
I have not.
Looks like a 80s porn star.
He looks like he needs to also be fighting Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg.
He should referee it
He's probably
with that black and white shirt. He got accused of like not accused, right? It's fucking just like
It's out there. I mean,
it's just known now.
It's known now.
He paid.
He still got his job back
He paid her off and
ousted his own daughter from the board.
yeah, fucking all that shit, and got rid of everybody, and then was just like, "No, I'm gonna come back. I'm good." But that is that's the Rehire of the Year nominees, and the winner.
I've got to write in.
You got to write
Pause. I've got to write in here.
Do it.
Hashtag quit like Zach.
The Rehire of the Year.
So the man got rehired. We done a special episode on this bitch. He got rehired for the 10th time. And what if I told you he's already quit again? He's
No
gold.
fucking way.
He's
You
gold.
are lying.
He is gold. And
Oh
the day
my
that he
God.
quit, he was walking across the floor, turned his stuff in, talked to his coach. A couple of next level help agents on the floor turned around and said, "Can we ask you a question?" He said, Yeah, what's up? And they're like, "Are you quit like Zach?" Dude, we got him trending.
That's fucking
They knew
awesome.
who he was, asked if it was him,
my
and then
God.
basically gave him a high five as he was going out the fucking door.
I
Zach,
can't
we love
believe-
you.
Zach, you come on the show and tell us about how you quit.
So my write-in would be Zach.
That is ridiculous.
Oh, he's already
Well,
gone. Already
That
gone.
is hilarious.
And we'll probably get hired again.
Did training get did training get finished?
Yeah. I think
he's
they were
finished?
just getting to production.
Fucking smart guy.
He's told me a lot of stuff that happened in that last week of training. He was just like, well, the writing was on the wall that I was just not going to make it this time around. He gave me the full play-by-play on it.
Dude.
We'll save that for a future episode. He
Well,
said he would come on and do it.
Let's make him come on the show and accept his award, because I think the winner of this category has
I
to
think
be
it's
Zach.
got to be.
Has to be Zach. Zach, you can come by and pick up your award anytime. Also, everybody else can. I'm glad Paul Walker didn't win.
I don't want Putin in here.
I don't think he can make it.
We're going to get freaking sniped by a Ukrainian missile when he comes up over here, man. It's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I think Zach is the only one gonna be able to make the coming to the show and getting his award. All right, so the last category for this episode is quitter of the year.
I feel like, given a month's time, Putin will be on here as well. I feel like he's just going to absolutely just clock out forever.
Yeah, I could see that.
You don't think so?
I think the only thing that takes him out is his health.
You think so?
Oh yeah, 'cause he's not in great health either, though, right? He just hides that shit like Trump and Biden.
Got enough money,
Yeah, you can hide sickness or just get rid of it completely. Putin, I guess he's just gonna die because he don't have any more money. I guess. I wonder if he's broke. That's interesting. Like how much money you think he just has.
I bet you it's a lot.
Yeah, but they said that about a lot of people, and then like dictators, and they found them, and they ended up like they were actually broke, like because
Just fear.
the communisms don't actually make any money.
Listen, fear is a currency, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, right. I mean, you know,
I mean, it does pay bills.
fuck. Yeah, it's Americans.
How much money do you need when you just kill everybody that opposes you?
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's how I guess World War II was anyway, right? Yeah. That was
Pretty much.
basically about. Yeah, you're right. I definitely think he'll be on here. But currently, we have Bob Huggins, Huggy Bear, the coach of West Virginia or whatever, got a DUI last week and had to quit. So I like that one.
How many DUIs did it take before he finally had to quit?
I think 6. I listened to. I heard them talking about him on another podcast.
And he quit. He was not fired.
No, he was like he had to quit because I think he's had 6 DUIs or something.
I think he was one of those folks that actually had like the equipment in the car that you had to blow clean for the car to start.
Yeah.
I'd read that at some point. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's true or not.
Yeah, I absolutely believe that. That's crazy. They get that many DUIs and like still driving. Did he? I guess he had a license, but just got it anyway. Not gonna go to jail for it. And then Tom Holland gets one bad show, and he makes this list because he's quitting acting. He said,
What was the bad show? I missed this piece.
"There's a show on Netflix. Or on Peacock, I think. That's really bad.
Huh.
That people are saying is really, really terrible. He's got long hair and looks really super weird in it.
I mean, he's made millions millions
and millions
off of Spider-Man.
Yeah, and yeah, he don't have to work. Well, I mean, I think a lot of other stuff too, and then like theater and like he makes a ton of money. And then the last nominee is millennials for doing what we do best and quitting their jobs, because millennials quit their jobs more. Is Zach a millennial? Zach's a millennial.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's good. See, everybody quits their job. Didn't know it. I feel like we get some credit for it. Yeah, sure. That this year there's been more millennials quit their job than any other year. Yeah. That feels like it's only starting to help.
Right. I mean, we got quit like Zach, training at least in a popular workplace, localized. So, I mean, I think that does something.
And the winner of this category, millennials. Surprise. We're really happy when people quit their jobs.
Well, they're just quitting in higher mass numbers than what Tom Holland.
Yeah, I think it's called the mass quit or something, or the mass exodus, I guess is what they were calling it.
There's also the silent quitting portion of it too, which I think is phenomenal.
Right, which is better than... Well, it's going to change things. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but it's kind of like the new... Because, like, unions are not really, like, a major thing anymore. It's like the new union is, like, empowerment, right? Like, of just, like, self-empowerment of, like, employees being like, hey, like, I know I work for you, but, like, you need me as an employee. So, like...
A lot of industries are just changing.
Yeah, and, like, right, and that's what's so cool.
Apparel, like, apparently in the past, like, year or two, there was, like, an 85% decline in jobs, and it's all, like, they moved overseas. Like, they've moved to, like, Chinese factories and stuff.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah. American Eagle probably in hostile.
Chinese Eagle.
Oh, this is Chinese Eagle. That's great. But yeah, millennials are our winner for that category.
Chinese Panda.
And that's the last category for this week. It's a good job, everybody, on that one. We're gonna catch you guys on the other side.